and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Comfy Friday. It's Friday. This video is going up, you know, like when you have a really quick turnaround of a video. Whew. Well, I was supposed to put a video up this morning and I kept thinking, when I got home from work Wednesday night, I was like, oh, I'll film that tonight. Couldn't be bothered. Got home Thursday night, thought, oh, I'll film that tonight. Couldn't be bothered. So yeah, I thought I'll film it when I get home, because today, Friday, that you're seeing this, is the first day of a week off I've got. So I'm off of work for a week now, which is just, it couldn't have come at a better time. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Need a bit of rest, need a bit of relaxation, doing a lot of reading. This very weekend already, you may well have seen that I'm doing a 24 hours reading in a weekend challenge that I've done a few times. I've started doing that. But yeah, I thought what I'd do is, to kick off my week off, I'd start with a video, and I'd start by talking about some of my more recent favourites. Now, you may well notice I've always done monthly favourites. Now, during lockdown, when things were same, much the same every day, I was finding it quite difficult to find things every month that were my favourites. Like, some things were things that I'd enjoyed, but yeah, they weren't my favourite things, and I'd really like to reserve these videos for like actual things that I really love and want to push on you. Yeah, so I thought I'd maybe do it. Well, I just thought I'd see how I go, really. So these are a few of my favourite things from the beginning of the month. These are a few of my favourite things since the beginning of the year. And we'll start with my main thing, in that I've had both my vaccinations, guys. So I have had both doses of the Pfizer vaccination, which is the vaccination that is offered by the hospital that I work at. That's why I got the vaccination ahead of my age group, because I work in a hospital. Was absolutely delighted to receive the vaccination. I got my first dose on the 30th of December, and then my next dose exactly 7 weeks after that. I can't remember the date, but it was exactly 7 weeks. So I got my second dose was booked and then cancelled when they decided that they would do, they'd leave 12 weeks, but yeah, it ended up being 7 weeks. So and now I'm well in the space of being however vaccinated I am, which I think is 96%. Immune, I think, immunity, or however it works. I don't know the stats on this sort of thing. And yeah, with like the longevity of it being like worth a year, like a year's longevity. So very, very pleased to do that. Obviously delighted to get it ahead of me, ahead of the time I was expecting to get it. Still torn up with loads of sort of like feelings, and I feel like this is maybe a feeling for definitely with the people that I work with, and also with other people who I know who have received it earlier than they were expecting. Sort of like guilt of like, oh God, but am I worthy? And I think, well, yeah, I guess I am worthy, because I work in a hospital in an area which previously had the highest rate in the country, and by me having the vaccine, I read a statistic which filled me with joy this week. That means David is 30% less likely to catch coronavirus living with someone with who's had the vaccine. So yeah, very delighted. David still hasn't had his vaccine. We're waiting on that. We're hoping it will be done by June or July. I think they're planning on getting everyone done. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that is one of my favourite things, the fact that I've been vaccinated, and it just takes a bit of edge off in terms of like worry. I'm still wearing my mask all the time. I'm still wearing my mask when I'm at work. I'm still wearing my mask. Like, I'm still wearing my mask as much as I can, and still social distancing and things like that. Things haven't started easing in England yet. That is due to start 29th of March. I think we can meet up with other people outside, which I'm delighted and excited about, but obviously still nervous about. But yeah, I've had my vaccine. My mum and dad have had their vaccine. My dad also works in the hospital. My mum's type 1 diabetic. David's mum and dad have had their vaccine. They're in the age group that have it done. So we're getting there. We're getting there with people we love getting their vaccines done. So yeah, hopefully wherever you are in the world, vaccine programs are rolling out, and people that you love and you yourselves indeed are getting the vaccine. So yeah, that is that. Next thing is something that we've done twice, and we're actually booked in for this next weekend. So for Christmas, my sister, she bought me a cookery course from the Jamie Oliver Cookery School, which is a cookery school based in Islington in London, owned by Jamie Oliver, who you know that I love his cookbooks. Previously this was a cookery school where you went and did face-to-face cookery, but because of the change in times, it means that you can do it over online via a Zoom class. So my sister bought me the North Indian Thali, one of these, which was like 4 small dishes of like North Indian heritage, all vegetarian. It was amazing. We had such a good fun time doing it. I learned how to cook chapatis, which is so fucking easy. Like, if I ever buy chapatis again, I'm just gonna tell David to tell me no, because I own chapati flour and I own water, so I can make them. We made a dal, we made something that went on top of the dal, I can't remember. Then we made like a cabbage sort of stir fry with loads of spices in. Oh my God, it was amazing. We had such a good time. The guys that were running it was brilliant. There was one person doing the, it's not Jamie Oliver himself, may I just disclaim. The guy, Francesco, who was doing the class was amazing, and then Jack behind the camera was also great. And then we loved it so much that we booked onto the pasta course in February. They're £30. You have to buy the ingredients yourself, but you get a 2-hour slot, and then at the end of it you get a delicious dinner. Yeah, you have to buy all the ingredients yourself. But all of the ingredients I was able to get hold of, even in like this, well, I mean, things have calmed down a bit now in terms of panic buying, but yeah, so first time we did North Indian thali, then we did pasta, where we made pasta and a mushroom sauce, and we've since made pasta again and made a mushroom sauce. You make lots of different types of pasta, but I really like making the bows, so the second time I made it, I made the bows, and then we love that, and that's also vegetarian. And then the third time, so we booked another one, so we were thinking maybe we'll just keep doing, like, this is just a lovely treat, a lovely thing to do, make things a bit different. So for this time we are going to be doing the Mexican one, which I think we maybe booked in a bit of a, like, we couldn't decide whether or not to do the Vietnamese one or the Mexican one. Now both of them aren't vegetarian ones, but they give you adaptations, different things to get instead of the meat. And we booked the Mexican one because it was Mexican street food, but on sort of closer examination it does look like we're just going to be making fajitas. Now I'm sure it'll be lovely, and from both classes I've learned sort of tricks. We learned the best way to cut an onion the first time round, so I'll still have a lovely time doing it. But yeah, I think maybe we should have gone for the Vietnamese one, which probably means we'll do the Vietnamese one next time. But yeah, having a great time. I will link the link down below. But yeah, a great way to spend 2 hours, and you can do it with, so like, it's £30 for the link, so it's £30 for a household basically. So if you live in a house, if you live with your partner, or if you live with your friends, or if you live with your family, or if you live by yourself, you can do it like as a group, or by yourself. So yeah, we've really enjoyed doing that, and it's just been, like I said, something a bit different and just something really fun. So, and I'll report back about the Mexican one as well. So yeah, that's something I really enjoyed, and I've been making those chapatis and making the pasta. Next up is something I've got to show you, which is in progress. So, well, in progress is probably a weird way to describe it, but this is freesias in this Frida Kahlo vase from Sass & Belle, which David's mum got me for Christmas. So I love this vase very, very much. And I love getting freesias. Now, these freesias have not bloomed. We've got 3 different freesias in here. We've got some yellow ones, which are on the way. We've got some purple ones, and then we've got some, purple ones around here. Oh, look, these seem better days. He's gonna go. Oh no, I'll put that there. Don't put it in the water, Lauren. And then some red ones. Now, when these are all bloomed, this looks fantastic because it looks like it's growing out of her head, which I really feel like Frida Kahlo would appreciate. And I love all flowers at all times of years, but these freesias, when they actually bloom, they last for such a long time. The last bunch I had, now these are from Sainsbury's, the ones I got before were from Marks and Spencer's, but they last like, honestly, 15 days I think the last ones lasted. And I just feel like they look really cool in this vase coming out of Frida's head. And I promise you, on Instagram, once these have bloomed, I will send a nice photo to show you how much fun this is. But yeah, and David's mum taught me to pinch off the first one, and then that means all of them grow. Which, yeah, I've just been really enjoying that. So yeah, sorry that that's a sort of work in process of things to show you, but that is something that's been making me so happy. And when I'm working from home as well, this is where I sit when I'm working from home, and they're on that windowsill over there, and I keep looking over to them and thinking, oh, beautiful, beautiful. Next up is a couple more things I've been doing with David. We did a bit of crafting over Valentine's Day. This is shocking that it's been a month since we've worked on these, and we both had such a lovely time doing them that I can't believe we haven't gone back and done a bit more. But on our anniversary and Valentine's Day fall next to each other. So on one of them, I said to David I'd get us something to do, and on the other day, I can't remember which day worked out for which, but David would find us something to do as well. So I had got for my birthday from my friends Ryan and Amy a kit from Scupld, which you get 2 big blocks of clay, and some tools and some sealant and some white paint. I'll show you how big the blocks of clay are. I still can't believe I've got, right, so this is the one you get, like how, and what I'm going to show you has been made out of that, but I've still got this much left from the first one, so I've still got that much left, so quite a lot, and it's sealed and it's lovely and it will be fine. And then you get some paintbrushes and a few little tools and stuff, and yeah, that was really fun. And David and I spent some time, and this is my one, David's also got one. We made little cat tea light holders, and then you have to leave them for 2 days to dry, which is where it all went to shit, because then we didn't pick them up to paint them again. But yeah, I've made this, and David's one's a little flatter, and then I made 2 candle holders. So I'm not sure what these are going to look like, but once I painted them, but I thought they were quite sort of rusticy and nice. Now, I did buy this separately, so I think the kit itself is 30 quid or 35 quid. Again, I'll link Scupld down below, but I went and bought as well, so because the only paint you get is white paint, and I was like, I need some coloured paints. I bought this, which is they do a few paint sets, including sort of like pastels and things like that, but I bought the colour rich, I think this is one called, and these are the colours that you get with it. You get a white, yellow, red, just your standard colours really. Yellow, red, well that says magenta though, but it does look red. Blue, green, brown and black. Trouble with my colours then. Yeah, so we're gonna get around to painting our little tea lights and doing things like that. But yeah, we just had a lovely time, just sort of like just cracking on with it really. Sat opposite each other, put some music on, just had a talk. It was nice to be away from a screen for a bit, having a lovely time. So yeah, we need to work hard on that, because we worked hard on getting these tails not falling off, and yeah, once they're the finished article I will show you. But yeah, we had a lovely time doing that. And then the other sort of crafty thing we did was the thing that David provided, and he bought us a kit each of a sock kitty. So they give you a pair of socks, and he bought this through the Paper Gang website. They give you and then you get these, which we've chopped out. These are the templates, and as far as we've got so far is that we've made the body, so it looks a bit creepy. But this is one sock chopped and sewn to make a body, and they give you everything to do that. And then we still got to make the head and the tail, and then do the little face. But yeah, we had a lovely time doing that as well. And we did that up at the table, and then went and sat at the on the sofa and stuffed and sewed and things like that. So we've still got some more of that to do. But as I'm off next week, there's no reason we won't be able to do that. So that has also been something else. And then something else that we've been doing is that every Wednesday this year, so 2021, every evening we've played a board game with my parents over Zoom, which has been really nice and has given us a way to sort of like break the week up and something to look forward to and think, oh well, Wednesday nights we're doing this, and it's been a bit social and stuff like that. My mum's retired, so she's at home alone by herself a lot as well, yeah, so we've been doing that every single week. So I think that's 11 weeks worth of board gaming now. The first 3 weeks we played, so I'm going to tell you the games that we've been playing over Zoom, if that helps you in case you want to play some games over Zoom. But definitely do recommend me down below if you've played any games over Zoom with your families. Let us know, because we're always looking for things more things to do. So the first 3 weeks we played Where in the World, which is a board game I bought my dad for Christmas. It's a big map, and you work your way around the perimeter of the map, answering questions like the capital of something, etc, etc, or like where did Andy Murray win his first title, and sort of geography questions, or it might be a picture. And we got one of our friends had the PDF of this map, so they sent it to us because they'd been playing it over Zoom with their friends. So when we play that, we put it on the telly screen, and then we're able to tell my mum and dad where, because say one of the questions is where is the capital of Australia, you would then go down and get the what's the word when you get like grid location, I think, and tell them that, and then they place us on there, and then they move us around the board and everything. So that worked really well. We did that for 3 weeks, really, really great. And then we had bought Quacks of Quelinburg. I think maybe I bought this for us to play over Christmas, and had seen Jen playing it with friends over Zoom, and I bought my mum and dad a set of this, and we played this for 3 weeks, and this was really, really, I mean, try to explain this to my parents. I mean, they're very good and they really do listen, but my God, particularly my mother needs telling about 20 times, but we got there in the end. And then we've been really enjoying playing that, so we played that for 3 weeks. Then we went back to Where in the World for a week, then Quacks for a week, and then most recently, and we've just completed our second week of playing this, we've been playing Villainous, Disney's Villainous. So this is the expansion pack that's got the Wicked Queen, Dr. Facilier and Hades in it, and my mum and dad have got the original box of games, which was actually lent to us by David's parents, which has got it's got 6 people in. So yes, we were playing that. That this is a game that has and similar to Quacks as well, is that your board game is in front of you, so you don't really interact. You do a little bit more in here, but you're concentrating on what's in front of you. So that's why Quacks is very easy to play over Zoom. Villainous is a little bit more difficult. David's less keen on playing Villainous over Zoom, but yeah, you still got your board in front of you. And yeah, so those are 3 games that we've been playing over Zoom. Now we're hoping, so we're going to play that for one, because we did the first, we did Where in the World for 3 weeks, then then did Quacks for 3 weeks, then went back to Where in the World and went back to Quacks for a week. Then we're going to do this for 3 weeks, then go back to Quacks for a week, Where in the World for a week, and then do this for 1 more week. And then hopefully by that point we'll be able to sit in the garden, and so long as it's not windy we'll be able to play a few more games over Zoom. But very much appreciated that, and it's just felt a bit social, something a bit to do, and yeah, just nice to see my mum and dad once a week, which has been very nice. And then the last thing is a podcast that I've been listening to, and I did start listening to this last year, but I think I've really appreciated it this year, and that's the Phone a Friend podcast, which is hosted by pop star George Ezra and his friend Ollie McKendress, and it's a podcast that I came to sort of in the summer last year. I remember my friend Emma recommending it to me, and it's Ollie and George every week just checking in with each other in terms of their mental health. Both of them suffer from anxiety. Ollie suffers from depression, and both of them are very open about their mental health. And it's just such a warm, lovely podcast of 2 really nice blokes just checking in with each other every week. And there's like, sort of like in jokes and them reminiscing about like their childhood and and where they're from and university days and the fact that George is a pop star and things like that. And it's just really lovely. Like, one of my favourite, like when I was at university I used to listen religiously to Russell Brand's podcast, and by the end of that podcast what I really loved about it wasn't so much the fact that I really fancy Russell Brand, although that what did happen, but like it was just listening in on like a mate's conversation and all the things that really make him like crack up to the point where you can't really breathe or talk and things like that. And then on top of that, they've got this sort of aspect where one of them might say, so Ollie might say one week, oh, I've had a really bad week with my mental health, I felt so anxious and this has happened and this has happened. But they turn up every single week, chat it out, and even if they're not feeling great, and you can hear sometimes that they're not feeling as good as they did the week before or even the week before, or they're having a bit of a low patch, but they turn up and they talk it out. And I just really appreciate it both, and it's just so lovely and warm. And yeah, I would really recommend giving it a go. So it's been going on for a year, but David's just recently picked it up and he really enjoys it, and I feel like it's just a lovely warm hug with just 2 really nice guys, just literally like the anti-toxic masculinity pair. They're just so lovely, and yeah, I've really enjoyed that. So those are a few of my more recent favourite things. Thanks for taking time out on your Friday night to watch this. I haven't touched my bloody tea. Now off to edit this and do a bit more reading, and yeah, I'm gonna go make me curry as well. So I'll see you all again soon for another booktube video. Goodbye.